What is good, everybody? It's your boy E-Rock back with another video here today. And in this video, guys, I'm going to be kicking off a new series to my channel called The Fundamentals of Valorant. In this series, I'll be going over characters, guns, settings, etc. just to help you guys out who are just starting the game. If you guys are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also like this video and comment to see what else you want on the channel. And yeah, boys, let's get it started. Alright, so in today's video, I'll be going over my settings while also giving some recommendations so you can become the best at the game in no time. So starting off with the Generals tab, you have English for text language, of course. Now, as for enemy highlight color, red was default for me, but after playing the game a little bit more, I felt that purple just brings out the enemy a lot better than the other colors. That's just my personal preference, but of course you can put whatever you like. Just purple is a recommendation for me. As for your sensitivity, you can always change this when you go to practice. I'll show you guys real quick. Practice here in the shooting range, you can change your settings right there. So test it out, but for me, I have it on 0.27 and scope sensitivity multiplier is on 1. My mouse DPI is 1600. Inverted mouse off, cycle, next previous weapon wraps, inventory off. Minimap I have on rotate, you can't fix the orientation. Keep player centered on, minimap size 1.1, minimap zoom 0.9. I feel like those are fine. Default, it's perfect. You don't need to really change it unless you want it smaller, then put it smaller. But for me, I feel like it's perfect. Minimap vision cones on. Show map region names always, and everything else is on, minimum, and on. It's all pretty much default except for your enemy highlight color and your aim. You want to change those. As for your controls, you have the same movement, WSAD. Keep those the same. Default movement mode, I have it on run just because you're gonna have that walk bind. As for walk bind, I have on left shift. It's just something that's easy for me to hit with my pinky, even though the pinky is the weaker finger. So you want to put something that's very comfortable because your walk and your crouch are your two most important binds. You don't want the enemy to hear you, so you want to have something that you can hit. So left shift works perfect for me. I have toggle walk off, spacebar for jump. Crouch, I have left control, it's right under shift. Just another easy button for me to hit, and it works perfect for me. And toggle crouch is off. As for my equipment, fire, left and right mouse button. Aim down sights, I have it on hold. Sniper rifle aim, I believe is on hold. Operator zoom, can't change. Auto re-enter scope, I have it on off. Reload is R. Equip primary weapon 1. Equip secondary weapon 2. My melee is V. It's just something for me to hit. You don't really use your knife a lot. If you want to flash it around like in the beginning, like a lot of people do, then put a bind that's simple for you, but not in the way of your other binds. So I just keep it at V. Something easy to hit. Equip spike, I have it on my thumb mouse button. I use Glorious Model O, so I have the two mouse buttons on the side. This thumb mouse button, it's the one closer to your palm. That's what I use for the spike because it's important to have that spike button somewhere that you can hit it if you have the spike to plant. Cycle next weapon, cycle previous weapon, I have those off. You don't want to accidentally hit the scroll wheel and then boom, you're onto your pistol instead of, let's say, the phantom. You don't want to make that mistake, so I just have those off. It's easy to hit on 1 and 2. Alright. Drop equip weapon, I just have it at G. Something that's way from my binds, but it's also easy to hit just in case I need to drop something. Equip last use item, I don't have anything for that, I don't need it. Inspect weapon, I don't do this a lot, so I have this at Y. It's just away from my binds, nothing that I won't accidentally hit. Use object, I have it at F because E is one of my abilities, so I use F. This is like picking up guns on the floor or anything. Use spike to plant or defuse, I have it at 3. That's another easy button that I can hit. It's right up top. Alright, you want to make sure that is an easy button that you can hit, because planting and defusing is big in this game if you have the spike. For my ability, my first ability, I have it on Q. Second ability will be on E. And then my third ability is mouse button 2. That's closer to like your fingertips or your fire button. So I'll explain what these positions are because they're not really in order right here. So like ability 3 will be like your very first ability. So when we go into the characters and showing off abilities, I'll explain more of that on which abilities these are. And now your ultimate, very important, especially with the character that you're using. It depends, you know, some have amazing ults, some have ults that, you know, works in certain situations only. So I have it at X just to keep it at the bottom. I was never really like a big person on putting binds down at like the last row before spacebar, but somehow X just works for me. You know, I take my index finger right off of D and I just come down a bit and boom, it's right on X and I'm able to get the ult quick. So it just works well for me. Again, put it to what you like. And as for spray, you know, this is just a little taunt. I got like salt and everything. You know, sometimes I get like a nice ace or like a 4K. You know, I'll taunt a little bit, spray a little salty because they're mad. Haters mad. Alright, as for communications. So your party push to talk key, that's like your actual party. So when you're in the menus and you have like, let's say your 3-man squad there, you're pressing C to communicate. If you're not on a Discord or anything, you're pressing C to communicate. That's what I have bind, alright? I don't use this that much because I'm always in a Discord call, but if you add a random and he's not in Discord, just press C to talk to him, or whatever button you like. Team voice to push, so this is like when you're actually in game and you're talking to the whole team. I have it on left alt. This is an easy button for me to hit. It's right next to the spacebar. I just hit it with my thumb. Although I would like to, just in case if like I'm talking and then someone's coming and I need to jump real quick, you know, it will cut out my communication, but I've never really had this problem before. So, you know, knock on wood, I hopefully won't have that problem. So I just keep it on left alt. Ping, I don't have any buttons for ping. I don't really need the necessary. I don't feel it's necessary. You know, I just tell them where it's at. You know, you gotta make sure you know your comms, and everything else is off pretty much. Alright, as for interface, this never works for me. I don't know why. The show teammates loadout, I hold down 5 and it never really works. So, you know, if you want to keep it on 5 and try to see if it works, go ahead, but it never worked for me. Combat report, I have it on N. Agent ability tooltip, I've never used this button before, but I have it on F1. Open your armory, this is where you buy your guns and everything. I have it on B, you know, just in case if you're not with muscle memory, you know, B for buy, that's what I have it on. Open map, I have it on M. Again, with tilting my keyboard, I'm able to hit it with my thumb. I'm able to reach there with my thumb. To toggle the map, like hold it, I have caps locks. I never use it, I just use the M. Show the scoreboard, this is, you know, important if you want to see how you're doing in the game. I have it on tab, just something simple. You don't want to do it while you're in the middle of a game, you know, check it after. So tab, you can take that important finger off and hit it. Toggle cursor, middle mouse button, I've never used it. Observing these players, I've never used these buttons anyway. I just scroll or like click the mouse button and I'm on to the next person. Alright, so for Crosshair, this is my Crosshair. Alright, you guys probably gonna roast me in the comments, but I like the kind of circled Crosshair because to me, I feel like the circle, if you're putting it right on the head, it like lines it up perfectly for that headshot. And hey, if I'm hitting my shots, I'm hitting my shots, you know. So, you know, feel free to roast me in the comments, but hey, I'm hitting my shots, boys. So of course I got the kind of circlish crosshair. Again, you can put this to whatever you want. Now my crosshair color is red. I just find this a lot easier to use than like any of the other ones. Especially green. Green is terrible because there's a lot of like green going on, and yellow too. Yellow's bad. So I have it on red just for it to stand out, and that's why I changed my enemy highlight color to purple, so then it's not red on red. Outlines I have off. Outline opacity 0. Outline thickness 1. You don't need to worry about this. If you have them off, then this is not going to change anything. Center dot I have off. So these don't matter. fade crosshair with firing error, turn this off. Turn that off. Show spectated players crosshair, I have it on. Inner lines, I have 0.964. Inner line length 4. Inner line thickness 8. Inner line offset 4. Movement and okay, alright. So fade crosshair with firing error. I don't know which one. Okay. These two right here. Keep these off because as soon as you start shooting, the crosshair expands and then it's just gonna throw your whole game off. So you turn these off and it stays the way it is. It stays just like this when you're shooting. It's the best thing I ever found out. Alright guys, so I'm telling you now, I'm giving you the golden secret. Turn these off. Alright, outline lines, I have 0.394, 000, off. Alright. As for video, you put whatever resolution you're on. I have it 1920 by 1080 full screen, and then your monitor. Alright, limit FPS on battery, I just put it on 60. Make sure with these limits, turn them on, because you don't want to have your FPS bouncing, just keep it somewhere still. So I have 60. When you're in the menus, I have 144, background 30. You don't need that much. And then this is what it is always. Your max FPS always in game and everything. I have it capped at 100, so I'm not lagging or not bad frames, you know what I mean? So I just keep it at 100 and it works perfectly for me. Graphics quality, I keep it all at medium. These two I keep it at off. None. 4x. Off. On. Off. Now stats, I like to show my stats, just to see what FPS I'm on, if I'm lagging, all that. So you go to stats and I put everything on the text only so I can see everything, and I'll show you what that looks like after. And then finally for audio, it's whatever your preference is. Alright, so with the stats, this is what it looks like, guys. Up top, I have your client FPS, total frames, CPU, GPU, and then when you're actually in game, it will show your packet loss. That's if you're lagging or not. Alright guys, so in the next video, I'll be showing off the characters and a little bit of the guns. Also, I'll be showing you some of the practice that you could be doing to help, better your aim. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and also like the video. Scroll down into the description, I have my socials there. Please follow those guys. I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/theicon-erock. Make sure you go check that out. And yeah guys, until next time, it's erock. Peace out.